Hey friends, Allison here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am working in my October daily album. This is the first layout that I have made in a while, thanks to December daily. So even though this is not story 1 in my October daily, this is story 14. So I'm roughly halfway through the month. I'd like to tell at least 30 or 31 stories, including Halloween, in my October daily. This particular story is about us girls being able to raid each other's closets and take clothes if we want or need them, me included. All three of us roughly wear the same size clothing, so we're able to do that. Shoes don't count though, at least in the winter. Over the summer, they've been known to steal my flip-flops and open-toed shoes and stuff like that because they can get away with it. So the photo that I'm scrapbooking is a photo of myself wearing one of the twins' spring jackets because it fits, and it was gathering dust, and I thought that I would share this story. Borrowing my mom's clothes was not a thing when I was a kid, and vice versa. She wouldn't take our clothes. So I find the plot twist, if you want to call it that, between my own childhood and now raising my own kids really neat. And I wanted to share this story. So I'm using a mixture of Elle Studio products to tell this story, and of course my Cricut. The piece of paper that I'm adding to my layout base right now was drawn and cut with the Cricut. You can't see it on screen, but there's a very faint light blue lined pattern that I used the Cricut to draw. And then over top of it, I wrote the phrase, I can, I will, and then end of story down at the bottom with little hearts. The circle that I'm showing you right now was also created with my Cricut. I did it first in gray cardstock, and then I did it again a second time in blue cardstock because at first I thought the gray was too light. But after I pulled out the acetate hearts from Elle Studio and I found a purple and a blue heart, I should have gone with my gut and stuck with the gray instead of creating another circle. The reason I created the second circle is because I wanted it to match this little tab that I'm going to be stapling to the bottom left of my layout base. That is also from Elle Studio. I didn't mention earlier, but the purple cardstock is also from Elle Studio. It is from the Celebrate paper pack, and I thought it was perfect for this story. The coat that I'm wearing is purple, and quite honestly, purple doesn't get enough love, in my scrapbooking at least, and so I was really happy to be able to pull in lots of purple for this layout today. See how much better the purple heart looks next to that gray? I feel like with the blue circle next to it, it just kind of blended in with each other. It didn't have the same dramatic effect that the gray had. So I ended up gluing the gray circle over top of the blue circle. I did let it hang off of the layout just a little bit so I could trim off the edge. I like it when Ali Edwards calls it they interact with the edge of the paper. It's just a, I don't know, I think it's a fun thing to do. I also pulled out a white acrylic heart from Close to My Heart. Here I am sticking the gray circle over top of that blue. I do realize later on that the circle is crooked. So after I'm done filming, I do actually change that so it is straightened out. But I wanted you to be aware of that because I did catch it. I decided to attach the acetate hearts with my mini stapler from Close to My Heart. I was going to do it from the right edge of the paper. It did reach, but I didn't want the staple in an up and down orientation. I wanted it to come from the other direction. So I lifted my paper or the photo up off the layout base and then stapled the purple heart. I did the same for the blue heart. And that pretty well brings me to the end of this layout. The one thing I didn't mention that I had really wanted to was when I was trying to get my photo attached to the layout base, I was trying and struggling to get everything centered, like the photo and then the journaling card below it. I tore it off the layout base and ended up tearing the paper. And the way that I remedied that was by taking a Spectrum Noir marker that was as close as I could get to the shade of purple in the cardstock and colored it in, so there wasn't this big white spot at the top of the layout. Here are my close-ups. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up and a like, and I'll be back again soon with more October Daily inspiration. Bye, friends.